Hello, everyone. This is Richard C. Wilson, founder of the Family Office Club. And over the course of the last few days, when we hosted the Family Office Super Summit, we had 78 speakers on stage. 54 of those were private investors and ultra wealthy investors. We had over 600 people at this virtual event, and we got a lot of positive feedback from the audience. And I took a lot of notes during the event. I just wanted to share with you 8 quick takeaways from this event. I'm going to make this video very concise and straight to the point. We'll kind of unpack some of these insights and lessons on other videos and other podcast interviews that we do in 2021. First insight was that company owners want to raise capital with less dilution. They want to lose less of their equity while raising capital. And investors typically want a tax efficient strategy, and they'd rather have something more income based than not typically. If you can combine those things and how you structure a deal, so a company owner is preserving your equity over time or gets some equity back after investors get a great return. And meanwhile, investors can have a more tax efficient investment and or a more income focused investment, then things get done faster and easier. Insight number 2, deals are getting done. We had several participants ask if anyone was getting deals done right now. And we know firsthand that many are. One of our clients just closed a $13 million sale. We just closed a $500,000 investment. We also closed a $850,000 investment, a $14 million allocation, an LOI for $250 million, and almost a dozen $100,000 sized investments with some of our clients alone. And we hear constantly every week about deals getting closed. So I know a lot of deals are getting done. Hundreds of investments have gotten done just within our investor club in 2020. As many of you heard on our podcast at the time, I went 100% to cash on February 28th, and personally, I am very much allocated into the market and into investments right now, given how things are going. And I know many investors are in similar situations, and they're looking to get more fully allocated before things recover. So are there new challenges? For sure, there are. There's challenges in meeting in person. There's challenges with due diligence, with building new relationships, with using technology, etc. But we heard a lot about using such tools at our event, using HubSpot, using Hubstaff, using WhatsApp, obviously using Zoom, using other interesting software such as Otter.ai, which can transcribe your Zoom meetings or conferences, etc. in real time as you hear them. Could make it easier to refer back to or share with your team. Point number 3, integrity is power and character is fate in our industry. If you're seeking to get more deals done and do more business, then you have to invest in your presentation skills. You have to practice your pitch. One of the founders that presented at the event was interviewed by Mr. Wonderful from Shark Tank. We had another shark from Shark Tank as well speak at our event last week. But this one interviewed the founder of Knightscope, who raised over $70 million. And he was on stage at the Super Summit. And he said that he hears CEOs complain all the time about having to create a pitch deck, call in investors, do a roadshow, market their raise, etc. His response was tough. That's the real world. Your first full-time job is to be CEO of your company. Your second full-time job is to raise capital and work with investors. I thought it was very straight, honest advice that, well, tough if you don't want to do it. We know you're busy. Everyone's busy. If you want to see it through and make it happen, then you're going to have to find a way to make it happen, because you can't have an investment company if you don't have any investors coming in placing capital to invest. And for capital intensive businesses, you might not have a business at all if you don't have investors. Point number 4, understand how a particular investment group, club, or individual likes to work. And get to know them and how they like to be approached. This changes what's on your pitch deck, your brand, how often you follow up, what words you use. It changes everything. Number 5, commercial property and office space investing has actually increased in certain areas of the country. Some evidence shows there's been no large scale downsizing of office buildings, and some companies need more space in their office buildings to spread people out and get them back to work faster. Or get a higher percentage of their workforce back to work. Different cities are being impacted by COVID differently, but there has been some talk also of opportunities where people are flooding out of cities. Well, that's where you might get better pricing versus sky high pricing in a hot city to move to right now. So just some things to keep in mind, just because everyone in the media is dogging on a city or saying how horrible it is to be in New York City. Well, is it one of the better times to be investing in New York? when everyone's running away from it and leases are down and purchases are down. I don't have a crystal ball. I can't tell you for sure it is, but it's something to think about. Number 6, healthcare, biotech, med tech, dental clinics, med spas, life sciences, telehealth are incredibly hot topics of discussion at the summit and otherwise, and are of interest to many types of investors. Number 7, the amount of institutional money going into alternative investments that were in new areas and now are becoming more mature, such as blockchain, cannabis, et cetera, really can't be ignored. Many family offices are putting 5 to 8% of their capital into such areas. And knowing who to trust in these areas that now have 4, 7, 10-year track records is critical. Insight number 8, I'm seeing through our investor club that those wanting to get more investments closed need to focus on how to be more effective. You don't need to reach out to 1,000 people a month. You need to have 20 a month actually engage with you, take your call or meeting. You don't need to access 20 different investor clubs. You need to go deep with 1 to 2 or 1 to 4 of them. I would stop trying to appeal to every investor and dial things in for 1 or 2 types of investors. Ideally, 1 single type that you understand so well that you add immense genuine value. And you can learn faster by focusing on 1 investor set's needs, spending time on their priorities, their issues and challenges. And that leads to referrals, better deal flow, and you can build a reputation faster by adding value to that 1 single group. I hope these 8 insights were super helpful from the Family Office Super Summit. We loved hearing all the speakers on stage and interacting with all the participants. Our team had a great time hosting this event. It was the most fun and productive virtual event we've hosted during the pandemic. And we're taking all those lessons and the special virtual networking software that we use to help people connect during the event, before the event, after events, set up video calls during the event with each other, et cetera. We'll be using that through our 9 investor summits next year and our 20 total live events that we host in 2021. We've just rolled out the dates for all of our events for the first half of the year. So the first 10 of our 20 live events for next year, we now have the dates and topics announced. You're not going to want to miss that. We have a tax strategy summit. We're going to hear from 20 plus tax experts in a single day. This is only for members of the Family Office Club. So you can learn more about that at familyoffices.com. We're starting out January with a workshop for anyone in the capital raising space, whether you're raising capital for a company or an investment fund, or if you're a capital raising consultant or a real estate developer, anyone who's looking to close more investors, close more deals, et cetera. We have a great workshop coming up in January. You can learn more about that at familyoffices.com/implementation. And the final thing I would mention is that we'll reverse the risk of getting to know our investor club in 2021. We have found very consistently that people are very hesitant to join any network or club. Many times when they get started, they see the multiple ways to get an ROI from being part of the community. And we've heard that feedback a lot within our group. So we've flipped our model now to make it so that we lose money when somebody joins, because you can join for just $1, experience our first full day event with us, get to know myself, my team, the content we produce, the ideas we give you, et cetera. And then after that, you get converted into a $199 member for 30 days. It's again a trial, but now not only do you get another live event or 2 for that $199, you'll also get access to our member portal, which has 500 plus recorded investor mandates. You get review on your pitch deck materials, whatever you're using to raise capital. You get access to our 40 recorded webinars on niche topics your whole team can use. You get access to our capital raising and family office certifications, et cetera. And then you roll into our normal membership month to month after that. So it's a way to come into our network for $1, essentially for free. And if you don't love it, then we will simply cancel you out and just let us know and you can leave the community. But we found that almost everyone stays after joining. I think we had 150 new members join recently, and 5 or less have left since the big event we just hosted. So a pretty good stick rate. So we just want to make it even easier to get to know us, get to know our investor club, get involved, and learn the best practices of what everyone does once they become an experienced investor and what everyone does once they become experienced at working with investors. And you can do that by going to familyoffices.com/join. And you can also look at the homepage of our website and see all the events coming up. So I hope to see you at many of those live events in 2021. I know many of you have a family member or friend that could be sick right now. So I hope all of you stay healthy through the holidays and stay safe. And I hope you enjoyed the Super Summit if you're a part of it, and that you'll be part of our growing community next year. So thanks again for your time here, and we'll see you in the network soon. Take care.